All right, let's jump right in. Today we're unpacking some seriously powerful ideas from Damon Zahariadeh's The Mental Toughness Handbook. This is all about how you can build unshakable resilience. You know, that inner strength to face whatever life decides to throw at you.
I mean, who hasn't been there, right? You're facing some obstacle that just feels massive, and that little voice in your head starts whispering, just quit. It's too hard. It's a totally human feeling, but it definitely doesn't have to be where your story ends.
And this is the absolute game changer. Mental toughness isn't some secret superpower you're born with. Nope, it's a skill. Think of it like a muscle. And just like any muscle, you can train it, you can develop it, and that's exactly what we're going to explore right now.
So, where do we even begin? Well, the book points us to a really cool and powerful concept from a country that's pretty much famous for its resilience. Let's talk about the Finnish idea of sisu. Sisu is, well, it's this incredible Finnish mindset. It's about having this deep, unwavering grit when the odds feel completely stacked against you. I mean, think about the Finnish army during the 1939 Winter War. They were massively outnumbered, but they fought with this extraordinary determination. That's sisu in action.
So how do we actually get more of that sisu in our own lives? The book uses this perfect metaphor. See, we're taught to run away from adversity. But what if adversity is the very thing we need? Like extreme heat that forges steel, making it stronger. Our challenges are what build our character.
Okay, so let's get practical. The very first pillar of mental toughness is a big one. Understanding that discipline will always beat motivation in the long run. Think of it like this. Motivation is like a lightning strike. It's super powerful, it's exciting, but you can't rely on it. It comes and goes with your mood. Self-discipline, though, that's the power grid. It's the system of habits and routines you build that delivers energy consistently, day in and day out, whether you feel like it or not. So how do you build that power grid? The book lays out a simple 4-step plan. First, make it easier on yourself. Get rid of temptations. If you want to waste less time on your phone, put it in another room. Second, start small, like ridiculously small. Don't try to go from 0 to 100. The goal is to build the habit, not burn yourself out. Third, have a clear plan. And fourth, and this is so key, get comfortable with being uncomfortable for a little while. That feeling is the sound of you getting stronger. Okay, next up. Once you start building that discipline, you can fire up the next pillar, which is real sustainable confidence.
Now, this is a huge mindset shift for a lot of us. We're told to just think positive or repeat affirmations. But real, lasting confidence doesn't come from wishful thinking. It's earned. It's the natural byproduct of putting in the work and knowing your stuff. It's competence.
And the roadmap to building that competence involves a few things. You have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone. You have to be okay with feeling a little awkward or uncertain. You've got to be adaptable when things go sideways. You need to look at your skills honestly, not to beat yourself up, but to see where you can improve. And, this is a big one, you have to embrace the boredom of practice. Mastery is built on repetition, and that's the true foundation of unshakable confidence. All right, we've laid the outer foundation. Now it's time to tackle the internal battle. We all have it, that negative little voice in our head, our inner critic. Man, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? The inner critic isn't some loud, screaming monster. It's way smarter than that. It's a quiet, sneaky whisper that plants seeds of doubt and fear, and it can paralyze you before you even get started. And here's its playbook, its favorite dirty tricks. It makes you jump to the absolute worst-case scenario. It digs up old mistakes to make you feel guilty. It uses words like always and never. It tells you if something isn't perfect, it's a total failure. Just learning to spot these tactics is the first giant step toward taking away their power. This brings us perfectly to our last pillar, learning how to use failure as a tool instead of letting it, or your inner critic, use it against you. This famous quote, often linked to Michael Jordan, just says it all. The most successful people on the planet aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who failed the most and just keep going. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a critical part of the journey to success. So what can we learn from failing? Well, for one, it's usually a prerequisite for success. It gives you priceless feedback and experience. It proves that persistence is way more important than raw talent. And most importantly, it teaches you this. You get to decide what failure means. It can be the end of the road, or it can be a lesson. That choice is always yours.
Okay, we have covered a lot of ground, so let's boil this all down. What's the simple, powerful toolkit you can walk away with right now?
Here it is, simple as that.
Forget waiting for motivation. Build discipline through small, consistent habits. Stop wishing for confidence. Grow it from real competence and skill. And stop fearing failure. Reframe it as essential feedback to help you grow.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question. We all have a challenge in our lives right now, or one that's just around the corner. Looking at this toolkit, thinking about discipline, confidence, and failure, which tool are you going to pick up and use first?